What up, YouTube? Stevie Knight here. Night talk-ish. Your part in the background. We're gonna get it popping. We're gonna get it together. We're in a different spot now. You know what I'm saying? Change studio up a little bit because I just recently moved. So yeah. They're gonna be bare for now. But we'll get it together here pretty soon. But until then, the show don't stop. You feel me? Grown man talk for you today. Grown folk talk. Really, really. I ran across this video of my own recreation, recreation, in my own downtime and whatnot. Thought it was interesting. You know what I'm saying? Just hearing a woman give her perspective and try to relate or understand what men are going through today. So I'm gonna let it rock, share with y'all, and then we'll give my thoughts after, man. Let's get it.
So as of more recently, I've been really trying to get into men's mental health. Specifically men's mental health because I think it's such a complex thing. And this happened a couple weeks ago when I was posting about it on my Instagram story.
I found myself over the last few years wanting to speak on more about men's mental health. I started by just looking up quotes about masculinity and how important it is to have in our society. As I looked for inspiration for this topic, I have found it is hard to find. In fact, I found more quotes about toxic masculinity when I was looking for the complete opposite. Feminism. I then did the same thing for women. The difference I found between just the quantity of quotes alone is shocking. Feminism. Women, wake up, open your eyes. Women have shoved feminism so far down everyone's throat, it is causing men to feel useless. Their purpose isn't being served because we constantly reject them from doing it. A man's role and natural instincts are vital to their happiness. Women want to constantly complain about how all men are awful, but then still continue to settle and deal with their bad behavior. If you want men to treat you better, be with a man that treats you better. Stop giving all yourself to the men that did nothing to earn it. To the men, please continue to show up, not just for women, but for yourself. Women will never experience the same amount of neglect to emotions you have your entire life. We will at most feel a fraction of the societal pressure you feel to be authentic. You do matter. You are so important. Women need you. I want this to be said by a woman who has done the research to try to understand you to some degree. Do not resort to feeling like you're not allowed to have the same feelings and emotions women do just because you've been told your entire life to man up. Never give in to this nonsense women are trying to feed you, that you are awful and that we don't need you. Your purpose is so important, and I hope you surround yourself with women that try their best to empathize with how you were told you had to be your whole life.
Feelings shouldn't be voiced, and that we have this like societal expectation to be this manly, have it all together, have it all figured out type of person, you know? Because I think that it's extremely important for men to be men. And I've said this the entire time on TikTok. Fuck that feminist shit. And I know there's gonna be a lot of ladies that are mad at me for saying that, because the vile things that I read after I made one post for men in support of them, encouraging them, and saying that we as women are never going to fully understand, no matter how hard we try, what it would be like to be in that position as a man and to have these expectations of you all the time. Yes, ladies, we do have our own set of things, don't get me wrong, but I can sit up here for 5 years and make nothing but supportive posts for women, and I make one post on my Instagram story for men. And the things that I read,
I can talk about supporting women for years and hear nothing but positivity. I make one post supporting men, and this is what happens. So she made that post. The pick-me energy is insane here. Women wake up to men killing, raping, and abusing us. But no, it's feminism and not male violence. What an absolute joke take. Hope you get the male validation you clearly, desperately crave and need. I'm curious as to the percentage of women that feel that way today when they see a post like this. I'm inclined to think the majority of women feel that way just because of the role of feminism, man. You know what I mean? It's a poison that has poisoned the majority of women out here to demonize men to the fullest extent. There's nothing biased. She's saying she's speaking all facts, but you know it's the gender war. The gender war. You gotta pick one side. You can't straddle the fence. Voicing a concern of men stating a fact is going to trigger women to respond this way. Right? How many women out here feel this way? I know it's not going to be a lot that follow this channel, man. It's mostly commonsensical people that follow this channel, bro. But most that feed in, the majority of people that feed into this shit are going to respond that fucking way. And that's all men see all goddamn day. You don't see support like this. How many videos have you seen from women talking this way compared to the opposite, where it's demonizing men for every fucking thing. Right? Just diving into what she's saying, bro. Women waking up to men killing, raping, and abusing us. Yeah, that happens. That happens. But percentage-wise, what percentage of men are engaged in this bullshit? I have no idea, but if I was to bet, I'd say less than 5% of men. You let the acts of a few distort your reality, and you try to paint all men with this brush that we all are out here raping, killing, and abusing, but then compare that to that actual amount of men out here suffering because of societal pressures, right? When the majority of men have given up dating, given up school, given up pursuing anything, right? That's what we're talking about. So you looking over the majority and focus on the minority because it fits your narrative, because you want to demonize men the way you're demonizing them, and it couldn't be the furthest from the truth. But it's like the whole bear versus man in the woods, bro. You're gonna pick the bear over the fucking man because you think all men move this way when the majority of bears will fuck you up. Same story, different fucking day, right? But it's just, it's different when it's a woman feeling that fucking thunder because of the attack on men, period. Men, period. Anyway, let's go.
Nothing but supportive posts for women, and I make one post on my Instagram story for men. And the things that I
should say, sorry to break it to you, I get male attention without opening my mouth and voicing what I think. Yeah, I'm a bad bitch. I have no issue being picked. Now, you are sour at men probably due to past experiences with them, understandable. But maybe instead of blaming them as a whole, let's look at the common denominator in your male experiences. Is it a possibility that you find and attach yourself to men that treat you bad? She's spitting. The mirror can be a tough one. The mirror can be tough for some, but I think it might be in your best interest to give it a try so that you can stop blaming others for your bad experiences.
Read were absolutely disgusting. So then I started doing more research. I really wanted to look into just like men's mental health quotes. So I Googled it. And honestly, there was not very encouraging stuff on there. If anything, I saw more posts about toxic masculinity when I was searching for the exact opposite of that. And then it brings up a whole list of women empowerment things. So let's say a man wants to go feel better, so he just wants to look up some positive quotes about it. It's nearly impossible to find a few good ones. So then I looked up, why does my husband yell at me? And there is a DV hotline immediately, top of the page. You look up, why does my wife yell at me? And it starts going on and on about like how hormones and whatever, and like maybe do something, like we get traumatized, whatever. It's like feeding into it. Two completely different scenarios. Men's DV is not recognized as heavily as women, by any means. Those are just two examples of some of the things that I found, completely on my own. So I just wanted to make this post for men. If you struggle with your mental health, if you feel a societal expectation that you have to be a specific way, it is okay to not have to be tough all the time. It is okay to feel your feelings. It's what makes you human. And it's also okay to talk about those things. There are people that want to be there to support you, and there are women that are not all bad and all think this way. Because yes, when I made these posts, there was a lot of hate from women, and that's despicable. But there was so much more love and in support of this, and women really supporting me for making these posts.
See, that's where I gotta stop it though. It's fantastic to hear responses like this, to hear feedback like this. But in actuality, it doesn't help anything. It doesn't help men. It can't fix anything for men. I mean, it's cool for men struggling to hear a message like this from a woman like this, and knowing that there's women out here empathizing for you. But how is it going to fix any of these men's problems? It's not going to fix anything because no one's going to save men, and that's the difference. Like hell. 100% of women out here can come up here and voice their empathy and their condolences and, how sad they are because of what men are going through and the societal standard and societal pressure on men. You do that all day. It's not going to fix anything for a fucking man. These women ain't going to pursue you. They're not going to be with you. They're not going to come and save you. They're not going to pull you out this motherfucking hole you in. They betting on the man that got it together, right? This whole message, and I'm not trying to poo-poo on the message at all, man. The message is fire, and this positivity needs to be expressed to men just to make them feel better. But at the end of the day, it's about trying to change, trying to help yourself, trying to put yourself in a better position, a safe position, to get yourself out this depression, get yourself out this anxiety-ridden mind state that you have, bro. And messages like this they're not gonna fix it. They're not gonna fix your problems. How do you fix your problems? By living up to these standards, by living up to the societal pressures placed on men. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, you can try to rely on male groups, try to find you some homies. As hard as that tends to be, the older you get, you better, start putting these male groups together early, bro. But I mean, at the end of the day, there's only so much help that can do, right? You can have homies to lean on, to express yourself with. And I know the majority of men don't even have that available to them, that are actually suffering from society, right? They don't have male friends to rely on. They don't have confidants to rely on, period. So they just struggling in silence, suffering in silence. That's real. That's real. So just having that ear to listen to, having someone to just talk about your problems with, can work wonders when you literally by yourself. But even with that, it's not going to fix anything. In order to get the job you want, in order to get the woman you want, in order to get the family you want, in order to have the life that you want, men have to have it together. They have to be prepared. They have to know everything, bro. Know enough. So it's on you to fix it at the end of the day, regardless of what you hear women say, what you hear men say. It's on you to fix it, bro. And how you go about that? I don't know you. I don't know what you're struggling with. I don't know what your strengths are. I don't know which weaknesses are. You know them more than anybody. But best thing you can do is focus on you. Dive into your strengths and dive more into your weaknesses to best prepare yourself as a man to deal with the shit the best you can. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything, bro. It is what it is. It's about dog eat dog world. Survival of the fittest. All these cheerleaders can come out here and try to empathize and relate to what the fuck you going through. They can voice it. Yeah, it's cool to hear that, but how you gonna fix your problems? That's not gonna fix your problem. You can fix your problem. And not knowing any of you, not knowing what your circumstances are, bro. If I was in a situation like that, the first thing I'll be trying to do is to find some confidence. Confidence is key as a man. Key. And all these men out here struggling with the most, lost in the abyss, invisible, don't have an ounce of confidence. You ain't got no confidence, you ain't got nothing as a man. You could be an idiot. You could be broke. You could be a whole dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Confidence gets you a long way. Confidence will give you enough confidence to be out here and try to pursue something, right? Right. That's why I'm an advocate of getting your ass into the fucking gym, changing your life, changing the way you see yourself, changing your body, changing how you feel about yourself, changing your physical capabilities. You know what I'm saying? Starts from there. Plant that seed, watch that bitch grow, and everything else just starts to fall into place, right? You won't stop there, man. But I'm kind of drifting off into a much more nuanced conversation, man. But like I say, it's dope to hear these types of videos from women because we don't hear it enough. And this was a very well thought out attempt to try to understand what men are going through. But, women can never understand that because it's impossible. It's like we can't understand their fucking struggles. They can't understand ours, bro. And a lonely man is a lonely motherfucking man, bro. And the women, they can't relate to that. They can't relate to that. As lonely as they feel, as lonely as they can get, you step outside, you find somebody that want to be around you. They don't exist for men. When men are invisible, when men are lost, when men are lonely, and there's nothing they can do about it. Nothing they can do about it. You know what I mean? But you can do something about it. Let me fix that. You can do something about it. You just got to get the confidence to go out there and do something about it. Boy, yeah, shout out to, what is her name? Ali Harding. You know what I'm saying? Dope ass video about men's mental health. Men need to hear that for sure. And I appreciate it. I'm sure y'all do too, man.